Hi, it's the Rawesome Vegan Gal here, and today I have a product called Lavva, and you can see that on the hat I'm wearing. And it is distributed by a company called Ever Foods, EVR Foods in New York, upstate New York. And I will have a link below this video to their website so you can check out all the products and all about them. But I'm actually going to tell you a lot about the products. I'm going to sample some of them. I'm not going to sample all of them because it's a lot for me to have to eat once they're open. So what is this? This product is a whole food plant-based yogurt that's dairy-free and very unique. They use something called peely nuts. This is what the nut looks like. It's very unique. It's a rich buttery tree nut that's wildly harvested in tropical Southeast Asia, and it's grown in volcanic soil, hence the name Lavva. I guess that's how I got the idea, L-A-V-V-A. Volcanic soil, it's a nutrition powerhouse and gives lava its indulgently nutty taste and texture. So, to tell you a little bit more about it, it's made with whole food ingredients and no added sugar. That's number one. It has 8 whole food ingredients. It has 50 billion probiotics per container, and that's vegan, actually. It has prebiotics and resistant starch. It has nourishing fats. It's dairy, soy, and gluten-free. It's vegan, paleo and Whole30. It's never made with gums, preservatives, or carrageenan. So it's really, really pure stuff and very low, no added sugar. So it's only from the fruits that they use. So to tell you a little bit more about, I told you about the nuts. They have a lot of iron, these peely nuts. Calcium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, amino acids, fiber, and vitamins E, C, and A. So really good stuff for you. They also use coconut in here, which is rich in nourishing fats and gives it the indulgent taste and texture. They also use lime juice, which adds a touch of tartness and depth. And I wonder if that's what helps also, like it's a natural preservative, because lemon tends to be that way as well. So they also use plantains, which give the lava a creamy, sweet texture, and they're a source of resistant starch, which is the good for you gut type of fermentable fiber and prebiotic, which helps the probiotic thrive. So they feed the probiotics. They also use cassava root, which has fiber and antioxidants, and makes each and every spoonful consistently creamy. So only thing they use in their yogurts, as far as fruit goes, they use blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and pineapple. They never use any preservatives, artificial flavors, colors, additives, etc. So that's great. So I actually have 4 of their flavors. I have their original, their raspberry, their strawberry, and their blueberry, and they come in a 5.3 ounce container. Also, the original does come in a 16 ounce container, so that's a larger container. And let's see what else I can tell you. And I don't have the pineapple. That's the one I was not able to get. Now let's see what else I want to tell you about them. Okay, they're also gluten-free, if I didn't say that as well. And let's see. I told you about the peely nuts already. Oh, how is it different than regular yogurt? Because it's made with plants, not milk, so it's dairy and lactose-free. How is it different than other dairy-free yogurts? That's a good question. Other dairy-free yogurts may rely on added sugar, guar gum, pectin, locust bean gum, whitening agents, and carrageenan, but they don't use any of that, so that's the big difference. How do they make it? So it says they mix the peely nuts with coconut, plantain, and the lime juice, and they mix in the probiotic cultures to ferment it, and then they add the fruit to it, organic fruit, and then they seal them, and that's it, and they're ready to go. And what is cassava root? That's important in case people have never heard of it. It's being used a lot more in a lot of products now. It's also called yucca, and it's a starchy root vegetable grown in tropical regions like South America. And the most commonly consumed part of it is the root, which they make into a fine powder. So it gives a creamy consistency. And as far as protein in here, there's 2 grams of naturally occurring protein in them. They don't add any protein powders or isolates, which is nice, so it's pure. And then expiration date, that's important. It is pasteurized, just so you know. There is a best-by date on the product, but they say that it's good for 60 days. Now, I don't know if that's 60 days from the date that it's stamped on there or 60 days from the day you buy it. So that's a good question, and I haven't gotten an answer yet from the company. So hopefully I will, and if I do, I'll put that below the video. And if I didn't mention, I will have a link below to the website. I think I did mention it. Let's see. So it's free of animal products and no gelatin either, no honey. It's also certified kosher, OUD actually. That's the Orthodox Union, the OU. And let's see. Are they sustainable, the nuts? It's important to know. Some people have a issue because some nuts may be an issue that they're harvested and they're not sustainable. So So it's incredibly resilient, able to withstand both droughts and monsoons. It's called the tree of hope, actually, the peony tree. And every part of it is used by growers. The bark is turned into furniture, the sap is prized for nutraceuticals, and the nuts into food and edible oil. That's good to know. And then they ask, and also, is it organic? Well, they use the organic fruits, the organic lime juice, but others are over 80% that make it, over 80% of the ingredients we use to make them are organic. They are not officially non-GMO certified, but I believe they are in the process of doing that, because that's not on here yet. It's also no hormones in it, because, there's no animal. Now, what kind of probiotics? It's interesting. There's different ones. There's L. plantarum, S. thermophilus, L. bulgarisus, L. acidophilus, bifidobacterium, SSP, etc. I'm not going to go through them all. They're a little hard to say. Now, what is resistant starch? You might not have ever heard of that. I think I once did a video on that, just so you know. It's a type of fiber that resists being broken down in your stomach and small intestines. You can't digest it, but your gut flora can. It makes it through the system to the large intestine intact as food for probiotics in your gut, so that's really good. It's thought to offer a range of health benefits from weight loss and satiety to increased insulin sensitivity and colorectal cancer protection. And it's naturally found in starchy foods like plantains, so that's good to know in case you didn't know about resistant starch. And then what are prebiotics? They're a type of non-digestible fiber important for the healthy gut. So while probiotics are essential for the health, the prebiotics, they actually feed the probiotics. So that's why when they're put together, like in this yogurt, they have both prebiotics and probiotics. That's really good. Let's see what else I can tell you. I think that's about it as far as the information. I think it's just good to know information about a product before you use it. So I'm just going to sample a couple of them today. I think I'm going to do the blueberry and the strawberry. I've actually had them before. Just so you know, if you've never had this type of dairy-free plant-based yogurt, it's a lot different than the ones that are on the market in the sense that you have to get used to it. So like especially the plain one, since there's no added sugar, so basically as far as the sugar, it's 7 grams of sugar for the whole container, but that's only from some of the stuff in here, which isn't much, from maybe the plantains a little and the coconut, but there's very little. And I would add to it if you want to add a natural sweetener like, coconut sugar, coconut nectar, or date syrup, or maybe add some fruit, some superfood. Dried fruit, like you might want to add some goji berries. If you want to make it fun, you can add some cacao nibs, some maca powder, whatever you like to give it a better flavor, or fresh fruit as well, that you could do too. So, but the ones with the fruit have a little bit of a better flavor as far as sweetness. So while that one has 7 grams, this is the same amount. It's because they use only berries and pineapples, so those don't have a high amount of sugar in them as far as naturally occurring. So just so you know. So just to tell you a little more, in the original one, okay, and I think I said no preservatives, no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. So in the original, there's vitamin C, iron, 4% calcium, 2 vitamin A4. Not a tremendous amount, but when you add the fruit in it, it's got a little more. I think this is the same. As far as the strawberry one goes, it got more vitamin C. It's got 30% vitamin C, so that's more in the strawberry. As far as the blueberry, it's also pretty much the same. So I'm going to start, I'm going to put them in one of these little cups so you can see what it looks like. So what I would do is when I would open them, I would actually mix it up a little just to see if it needs any mixing, because, if it's been in here, it might not, nothing I don't think would separate. It's really thick. So, but I'm just going to mix it up anyway and take a couple of spoonfuls. So the reason why I didn't want to open all 4 of them up to samples because then I have to eat them all. So I don't know if they last. This is basically, it's 5.3 ounces, so that would be like 1 serving, I would think. So this is the strawberry one. As you can see the color, I don't know if it's that much different. You can see little pieces of the strawberries, but they're not visible. It's not like whole pieces, so I'm just going to have this and let you know what I think. So it definitely has a more tart taste to it because of the lime juice. And like I said, it's not super sweet. So it takes some time to get used to, but I think it's nice. And it's got all the nutritional benefits you want. So now the other one I'm going to sample is the blueberry. Got to open that up. So this is what the container looks like if I didn't show you. And then the strawberry. So they have pictures of what's in it. And then this is the raspberry. And then finally, this is the original. And let's see what the blueberry looks like. The blueberry is a little bit darker, I think, than the other one. Yeah, much darker. It has more of a purpley kind of a color. I'm going to take a clean cup for that, and I'll show you that as well. Mix that up a little bit. And you can definitely see the difference. You'd almost think it's ice cream. I don't know if you can freeze it. I don't know if it said in here if you can freeze it. I think there was a question here. Can you freeze it? Let me see. Just so I let you know. Can you freeze it? You can, but it'll change the texture upon the thawing, just so you know, if you do freeze it. So here's the blueberry. To show you what that looks like. You see definitely a darker color from the blueberries, from the blue. That's nice. Again, it's not super sweet, but I think it has a nice flavor. Again, if you had more of the coconut-based or cashew-based yogurts, dairy-free yogurts on the market, definitely a lot different. And a lot of them do use stabilizers and gums and all that, so, and how they process it may be much different. So I think these are great, and I think you should definitely check them out. So again, I have 4 flavors. I've got blueberry, strawberry, raspberry, and original. And I did sample the blueberry and strawberry, and I like them very much, and I will enjoy the rest of them as well. And I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.